Hey YouTube, how's it going? I'm gonna do something a little bit different today. I'm gonna take you guys through what I do in a normal morning, or I guess afternoon. This morning we spent most of the time cleaning up the yard, making sure everything looked all pretty, and then doing the normal house chores that are required for living in a house. And then we went and got some Dutch Bros to kind of take a little bit of chill time, but now I'm home and it's time to do all the stuff that is required for kind of running an Etsy store. As you see some of the models down here, which are going to be uploaded for sale soon. I have Grout-On printing from the shiny draw from the last short that maybe you guys have seen yet or not. It's coming up. Here's the second part of that Eevee model, and here's a commission I'm doing for somebody else. And I'm just going to take you through what I do in a day or a morning. How you doing, Finny boy? And you guys will kind of see what it takes to continuously post as well as continuously keep the store updated. I'm just going to kind of run through it. So should be a fun time. Hope you guys enjoy. And let's get into this. All right, so the first thing I typically do in the morning when I'm ready is I'll take down this. We have a little robot vacuum that cleans the floors in the mornings. With 3 dogs, it's kind of hard to keep up on that. And I will set this up to record some shorts. Usually I would use the phone I'm recording now to record some shorts, but I'm gonna borrow the wife's phone and set this up. So I'm gonna get this set up to start taking some pictures and record some shorts. And then the setup over here, that's what I will use to kind of get the Etsy store all set up and ready to post. I'll just airdrop from this iPhone to that device over there. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna set you guys down somewhere while I do that. All right, now that you guys are set up, let's get this set up. That's sort of set up, but I forgot one crucial part, so I'm just gonna take you guys over here. We gotta get the second half of the print. Can't believe I almost forgot that. You guys can kind of see, the lighting's hard because I have the light down there, but you can kind of see the little stringiness that comes with printing in matte PLA. So I have to clean all these up, and I'll run through this process. I don't show it on these videos, I only show it on this right now. Usually you guys don't see it. All right, now that those are done, I'm going to take and fit these on here. So here's the first glimpse at the model. Need to glue it on just like that. And that'll look absolutely adorable. And then they'll go up for sale on the Etsy store. But now, I need to actually do that. I'm hoping super glue will work. I have some Loctite super glue over here. It's more of a gel glue. So hopefully I can get that done and not have any issues. But yeah, now I'm just gonna run through and glue them all together. And just like that, the last one's glued. I need to now take pictures of all these and get them posted for Etsy, and also make a YouTube short showing them off. All right. So now after the 4th or 5th take, I can't even remember anymore, we get to clean all this up, and then I'll get through to posting this. I don't do any post-processing on the shorts, it's just raw. I don't really want to take the time to do it. I don't think it really improve anything. But now I'm gonna go through and post this, then I'll update the Etsy listing, and I'll take you along with me while I do that. But first, I'm gonna go eat some lunch. I'm gonna leave this right here and I'll be right back. All right, so I got all those pictures moved over. So now we're going to go and convert these all into .jpegs. because it's required. So we need to create a new listing. So we go over here to add the listing. All right, let's get into picking a model for the next store. I already have this one preloaded. I know a lot of people have been asking for Zorua and Zorork, but I think I'm just gonna do Zorua right now. The only problem being I don't really have a dark purple like that, like at all. So I'm wondering if I can pull out shiny Zorua. Okay, so you can kind of see that's for sure that's brown, right? It looks a lot lighter on the iPhone than it does on the computer screen. I just don't know if this brown matches that kind of shininess or if it'd be this brown right here would match that a little better. So this is where the fun part of all of this comes in is, do we choose this brown right here, which now looks yellow because of the lighting, but that brown versus this brown, right? Which one would look more, I don't know, defined would be the correct terms, or which one looks better with the blue? So if I lay these down here, the blue kind of matches. I mean, that's not a bad match. Let's check out this ice blue. I don't think that's it. I definitely don't think that's it. Let's change you guys a little bit. I don't think those two are the match. I think these two are a lot better of a match. And then if we go here, I just don't like how shiny this is. It won't come out this shiny when I print it, or not nearly as shiny, but it still just doesn't give the right, I don't want to say vibe, but vibe. And then let's check out this powder blue with this. See, I don't know, that looks pretty decent, but I still think that the darker blue is the way to go. So for sure this blue. And then now it's just a tie between these two, but I do, oh, wait a minute, y'all. I do have down here in the crevice of stuff. Let's get you down here. Let's see there, right? Down in here, this is where I keep all my spare filament. Let's see if I can get you actually down there into the nitty gritty there. Right there's brown. So let's check out if this looks right. Now I'll sit back down. Now here comes the question, right? Oh geez. I still think this middle one kind of takes the cake. This is more of a reddy, earthy tone brown. It's a dual AMS system. That one up there, it's gonna be, I can't film that one anyways. This is a 5 color, so we're gonna take the 5 colors we've chosen. Black's already in here. This gray, I don't believe we need. No. Don't need this matte gray. So we'll take this and put it away. We do need this red. And just a little, I use the same filament settings for a lot of stuff. This is a bamboo red tag actually, and I just put in this sunlu red because I use the same print settings for both. Just makes it easier. And then I don't have to set anything up, it automatically does it. There's red loaded. I'm gonna take this purple out. White's already in the top AMS up here. So we're gonna take the purple out now, and we're gonna replace it with that little brown. I think this was gonna be what I'm choosing for Zorua's main color. All right, so we got black, or red, black, brown, blue. I think we're gonna choose this blue right here. This is Bamboo PLA Basic Blue. Get this in here. Take out this Polyterra Army Beige. That's what I use for a lot of the skin tones of Pokemon. And actually skin tones in general, I just like it. It's a good printing filament. So that went in there. Now we got blue. And I think the only other color is white, right? Which white is up top. And that second AMS, you can't see, it's right in A1 up there, or B1 actually as it's called. So we need to now take those and that color up there and adjust our slicer settings. All right, we're back now. And we are going to take and adjust our slicer model to look like this one. So first thing we got to do is go to device. We're going to change it to shadow. And I think I can move this even farther over, if I'm being honest with you, and then I can just drag it to Shiny Zorua. Yeah, and that'll be enough. And so it's on here. And we just got to make sure, so we see the matte brown, the blue, the black, the red, and then up here a B2 we have the white. So now we're going to go back to prepare, and the first thing I'm going to do is just look at, so the color here directly correlates to the color over there. So for instance, the red, which should be blue, I'm going to just straight up change Bamboo PLA Basic just like that in the printer, which makes it a lot easier to color this. I don't know why it took me so long to figure that out. And then of course we're choosing red for the eyes. The white and the black are going to stay. So then the body, instead of being this color, I'm going to switch to matte brown. And I think that pretty much does it. I think that came out, looks a lot better than I thought it would, if I'm being honest with you. And then the one thing I always do is take and slice this file as is right here, just to see. The one thing I do change is the strength, go down to gyroid. It helps print everything. So we'll slice it as gyroid. And this is for a base model, no scaling whatsoever. Usually I scale to about 40 or 50%. And just to give you guys an idea, this would take 491 grams of filament. Geez. It cost $12 alone to print this model at this size, but it would take a day and 5 hours. So I'll bring it closer. And that price isn't quite correct. I haven't adjusted my settings in there, but you can see that a day and 5 hours, 491 grams of total filament. You can see it's flushing 264, it's using 154, and the prime tower takes another 72. So we go through the fun part, which is adjusting this. So we're gonna adjust this now for sale on the store. So we'll go back to prepare. We're going to scale this down. I typically aim for about 3 inches in height, but smaller models like this, I try to do a little bit smaller, mainly to make it to where I can print more of them. So it makes it easier. So we'll try 40% universal scale, and that puts me at 50 or height. Now you can ununiform it and you can click X and Y. So 60 millimeters, and then I typically will pull out a calculator and I will just go inches or millimeters to inches, and we will type in 60, which is 2.3 inches, 2.5 inches. So we want a little bigger than that. So we want to go for maybe 45, and that puts me at 67. So I'll open this back up. 67 millimeters puts me at 2.6. That's perfect. So now we will take this, and since it doesn't need supports, because I paid for these models and I chose no support models for a reason, because it makes it easier. We're going to clone. I always just clone 9. And then we'll just right click arrange, and then we'll arrange them on the bed. Typically I'll take this purge block and push it over there. But seeing as how these printers have had a little bit of issues with that, let's arrange there. Now we'll arrange it. So there's 10 models. And I think that looks pretty awesome. Now we will slice this plate. I might go down on infill just a little bit. It doesn't look like this has any super dense parts. And by dense, I mean the point where if you didn't have a higher infill percentage, you would only have walls in areas. So I'll typically come into one of these and look at this. I'll drag this bar down, and we'll look for any area that could suffer from not having infill. So at 15% infill, it looks like it's infilling pretty heavily on most of this. And I don't think that's required for a good chunk of this model. So I think we can lessen this to about 10. which cuts down on print time, which is the main reason. It doesn't make it as heavy either, so it also saves on a little bit of shipping costs, but not enough to make a difference. But also it just kind of gives you an idea of what I'm looking for, right? Because these don't have to hold up to a mass amount of stress or anything. And I'm not seeing right there would be the only spot where there's like no infill, but I'm not too worried about that because it's like 6 walls almost. And then near the top we should be okay. So these 9-10 models right here are going to have 381 color changes, and it's going to take 18.5 hours to print them. So now I'm going to make sure over here on the side you guys can see how many grams it takes for that. So for instance, white's going to take 21, the brown's going to take 180. I need to go verify real quick that I do have enough. All I'm going to do is take this out, look at the edge, I'll grab my finger and run it there. I have about 300 grams of this left, so it looks like I'm doing fine. All right, everybody. I verified that we had enough filament. It's actually a couple hours in the future now. I had some issues with this printer that didn't allow me to start on time. Ended up sending another print over there too, and Groudon's actually done now, way ahead of time for some reason. The time isn't correct on that. Zorua is now printing. She's doing just fine. I think her colors are looking pretty great. And I'm going to end the video right here and call it good. As always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys thought. She will be done in about 16 hours. That'll be done tomorrow at some point. Don't forget to let me know which Pokemon I should add to the pool and which Pokemon you'd like to see in the shop. My Etsy store is linked down in the description below. My Patreon is linked down in the description below. And my Twitter is linked down in the description below. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and be a subscriber so you can win this Rapidash. And I'm going to start doing more giveaways like that coming up soon. And then to my Patreon subscribers, one of the first giveaways I do is going to be for Blastoise, but I need to get quite a few more Patreon subscribers to pay for shipping this guy because he weighs 12 pounds. So until that point, I'm going to run that and I'll probably make some update videos on it. But again, thank you everybody for all the support. It's been awesome. It's been fun. Hope you guys have liked it so far. And if you want to see more videos like this, let me know down in the comments below. Thanks.